Okay, today we're just going to do a quick video on how to disable the front recording button on the Panasonic GH6. So one of the new features on the GH6 is this front recording button, and if you're filming yourself or you need to access the camera from the kind of front, it's quite useful. So you've got it on a tripod and you just want to reach over and sort of grab it just to do like a bit of interview work or something, just to test shots, because obviously you can flip the screen out. It's really useful. You can just do focus ranges and that type of thing with it. But I've got to agree, some people had asked me how to disable it because they were saying they're knocking it by accident. Sometimes they're stopping recordings that they didn't want to. Sometimes they would just hit and record by accident. And I had found that before attaching the small rig cage to it. There's a link in another video to this cage. It's not really sort of part of this topic, but yeah, without this cage I had found that is quite often getting knocked. I think the NATO rail on the side kind of stops you from really getting to it as easily now. But yeah, if you want to kind of disable that button, what you can do, if we switch the camera on, and we're looking for the operation menu in the camera, so if we jump into the cog, and then the third one down is operation, it sort of looks like the scroll wheel on the top. And then we want FN button set, and if we jump into this menu, we want settings in recording mode or settings in rec mode, top one. And then what we'll do is scroll through these until we get to the image that's the front of the camera. So you can see here we've got an image of the front of the camera. Third one down on the right is pointing to the front recording button. So we can come in now and we can map that to, if we just want to switch it off, we'll just scroll all the way down to the bottom. Keep going. It should be the bottom of menu 3. Here we go. So we've got off, no setting. So that will just essentially, oh sorry, I picked the wrong one then. I picked off, disable, press and hold. We want off, no setting. So if we turn that on and then we come back into the camera, you can see we press it, it does nothing. If we hold it down, that will actually let us map it to something else. Whereas if we pick off, disable, press and hold, that essentially does the same thing. But if I do press and hold it now, so press this button, hold it down, it's not going to let me map that to something else. So if you are having the problem where you're stumbling on that button a lot and it's pressing things, I would probably suggest you use the latter. So if you have disable, press and hold, that will stop that menu from coming up by accident. And if you want it so you can quickly map things, so like off, no setting is the one for you, and then you can hold it down and you can just whiz through these and sort of say, right now it would be useful if I could switch between, whatever it is. It may be the AF modes. It could be something like white balance or vector scopes or something like that. If we just pick vector scope, and then, sorry, let me just check what I've done there. Sorry, I didn't set that. We come back in. Actually, let's scroll down. Maybe we could have dynamic range boost as that, and then we can switch it, and then it will let us switch between dynamic range boost on and off quickly. And then if you want to change it again, we can hold it down. We're back in the menu. And if you do want to switch it off, obviously you can do that at any time, so we can just switch it back off again. But I can understand, sometimes the frustration there where you don't want it. So it could be that you just sort of toggle between kind of having it on and off maybe for certain situations, because there are times when I found it quite useful in a kind of, I don't really film myself, but in an interview kind of setup where I'm there and I'm just quickly wanting to check focus, maybe use the focus limiter or something like that. It's really useful to just come in and have that button like right on the front and screen out, and then you've just got all your controls right there just kind of ready to use. So it's a useful thing to have. But yeah, hopefully that's helped. If that's been happening, then that will kind of remove that frustration from using the camera. So if it has helped, give the video a like. If you want to see more GH6 content, then please subscribe to the channel.